Friends, in last few lectures of professional practices, we have discussed about contract, type of contracts, tendering process, long wall short wall method, estimation, valuation. Now, in this lecture, we are going to discuss about the very important topic called as construction specifications, which are useful for each and everything for contracting and tendering process. Myself, R.V. Jugdar, Assistant Professor in Civil Engineering Department, Sharad Institute of Technology, College of Engineering. First of all, we will see what is specification. Specification are written requirements for a material, product, or service for proposed project like building, bridge, or machine. For architectural projects, the specification are art of contract documents included with the bidding and construction requirements and the drawing. The guide or lesson will cover how to organize specification, the types of specification, methods of specification, specific type of language used for writing specification, and examples of it. Purpose for writing specification. Specifications should describe the type and quality of every product or material required for the project. The specification should describe the requirements for fabrication, erection, application, installation, and finishing work of the construction. Specification should describe the quality of workmanship necessary for the project. This includes all phases of creation and installation, starting from manufacturing, fabrication, application, installation, finishing, and adjustments. Specifications should include any necessary codes and standard applicable to the project. The specifications should also include description and procedures for alternate materials, products, or services if necessary. The specification and project manual. Contract documents contain the bidding and construction requirements, drawings, and specifications. The project manual is the bound written portion of the contract documents. The project manual is typically organized according to master format. The project manual contains the following elements: introductory information, bidding requirements, contracting requirements, specification, and appendices. Introductory information consists of title page, certification page, table of contents, guide to use the project manual used by many specifiers. The second thing required for contract document is bidding requirements, bid solicitation, advertisement or invitation to bid, instruction to bidders, information available to bidders, bid forms and supplements. The next document is contracting requirements such as agreement, general conditions of contract, supplementary conditions of contract, bonds, and certificates. And the most important requirement is specification, that is, what material should be used, of which quality, in what quantity, and which procedure should be followed for application or installation of the material. And last thing required for contract document is appendices. Appendices are not included in master format, but they are useful for including copies of information, reference documents, existing conditions, photographs, or example forms for use of administration. Organization of specification. It is important for the specifications section of the project manual to be arranged in an orderly and comprehensive format. If the section is organized clearly and follows a defined procedure, it is less likely that the specifier will outlook or forget something. It will also help the contractor, estimator, inspector, or other reviewers find information more easily. Section format or specification section format. It is nationally approved, industry accepted standard that provides a defined procedure for organization of the specification section. It provides guideline for the arrangement of information within the technical section of specification. The concise orderly method reduces the chance of omission or duplication of information, and it assists user of the document by consistently locating similar information in the same place in each section. Section format has three separate parts. Part 1, General. This section describes administrative, procedural, and temporary requirements specific to this section of specification. Part 2 consists of products. This section describes the details of material, products, equipment, systems, or assemblies to be used in project. And part 3 is regarding execution. This section describes in detail uh, any preparatory actions and how the product shall be incorporated into the project. Types of specification. There are four methods of specification. There is no defined rule for using one method over another or about combining methods, but care should be taken to avoid redundancy of contradictions. The four methods of specification are descriptive specifications, performance specifications, a reference standard specification, and proprietary specification. First of all, we will see about descriptive specification. Under this method of specifying the exact property of the material and method of installation are described in detail without using proprietary or manufacturer's name. Descriptive specifications are commonly used for products for which no standard exists. On projects where using proprietary names is restricted and in situations where the architect or engineer wants to exercise tight control over the specified work. There are five steps for preparing descriptive specification, such as research available products. Second, research the important features required for the product. Determine which features to describe in the specification and which features to show in the drawings. Describe the important features. And last is specify quality assurance measures, that is, submittals, certifications, testings, or inspection activities. Advantages of using descriptive specifications. Descriptive specifications specify exactly what the design intends. They are applicable to all conditions, methods, or situations of the project. They are applicable to all sizes and types of projects. They permit free competition because they do not restrict the use of specific products or manufacturers. What are the disadvantages of descriptive specification? Descriptive specification require the specifier to take special care in describing the design intent in order to achieve the desired results. Descriptive specifications tends to take up more space because they require more verbiage than other methods. They may be more time consuming than other methods to create and write. They are being used less often as more complete reference standards are being developed and implemented. The next type of specification is performance specification. Under this method, the required end result are specified along with the criteria by which performance will be judged and the method by which it can be verified. The contractor is free to choose the materials and methods that comply with the performance specification. They are generally used to encourage the use of new and innovative techniques that may lead to more economical construction. They are also used to supplement other specification methods. Advantages to using performance specification. Only the end result of the design intent is specified. This gives the contractor flexibility in selecting and applying products for manufacturing. They permit free competition. They can be applicable in all types and sizes of projects. Performance specification delegate the technical responsibility to the construction industry, where the contractor, instead of the architecture or engineer firm, is responsible for the results. Disadvantages for using performance specification. They can be time consuming to produce and may result in long detailed specification. They are more difficult to enforce than other methods of specifying. They may be too elaborate for simple or minor projects. Performance specification delegate the technical responsibilities to the construction industry, where the contractor, instead of the architecture or engineer firm, is responsible for the results. This is both an advantage and disadvantages of this type of specifications. Reference standard specifications. Under this method, reference is made to an established standard defined by association very knowledgeable about certain part or phase of construction. Reference standard specifications are used for commodity products in the marketplace where brand names are not important. Step for preparing a reference standard specification are: the standard must be recognized as authoritative by the industry. The second step is the standard must be available to all parties involved in the project. The specifier must know the standard, assure that the standard relates to the current project and does not present duplicate or conflicting information. It establishes the date of standard. It incorporates the standard correctly into the specification and enforces the requirement of the standard. Advantages to using a reference standard specification. The standard is usually widely known and accepted by the industry. They do not limit competition. They dramatically shorten the length of specification. Disadvantages to using a reference standard specification. There may be no appropriate standard to reference because standards are written for most commonly used and generally available products. Standards generally refer to the minimum requirements. The standard may become obsolete or out of date because of advances and changes in technology and creation of new products. They require a lot of research and care in use. They must be incorporated properly, including all supplementary informations. The next type of specification is proprietary specification. Under this method, the actual brand's names, product models, numbers, and other proprietary information is specified. They are primarily used for private commercial projects where the owners knows what products they want. There are two types of proprietary specification. One is closed proprietary specification and other is open proprietary specification. The primary difference between the two types concerns substitutions are for closed specification. Closed specification generally prohibit substitutions. One or more products are specified and no substitution will be considered. In open specifications, it permits substitutions. One or more products are specified, but other manufacturers will be considered. It is necessary to specify the criteria the alternate manufacturers will be judged by. Advantages of proprietary specification. They allow for close control of product selection. The drawings can be more complete and more detailed because they can be prepared based on precise information from the selected manufacturer. The specification can be shorter. The simplify the bidding by narrowing competition and eliminating product pricing as a major variable. Disadvantages of using proprietary specification. Proprietary specification reduce the competition. They may specify product the contractor is not familiar with or has had little experience with. The care should be taken to assure no error is made when specifying model numbers or product designations. Selecting a method of specifications. The following questions are helpful to consider when deciding which method of specifying or specification is most appropriate. There should be question in our mind before selection of specification like what does the owner require? What method is best describes the design intent? What method is most appropriate for project size and complexity? What method will result in best quality of work? What method will result in best price for the work? Specification language. Now we will study about how specification is written. Specification language should be precise, vague, and ambiguous. Text can be open to multiple interpretations. The following section covers how to be precise and clear when writing specification, and it includes a few things to avoid and how to be concise and save space. Four important sections for specification writing are be clear, be correct, be complete, and be concise. Be clear. Use proper grammar for sentence. Choose precise words to convey the message. For being correct, we have to present information accurately, precisely using proper terminologies. For complete specification, do not out important or necessary information. Brevity at the expense of completeness should be avoided. And for concise specification, eliminate unnecessary words but at the expense of clarity, correctness, completeness, or grammar. Sentence structure for specification. The first type of sentence should be imperative mood. Imperative mood puts the verb that defines the action as the first word in the sentence. It is the recommended method for specifications, covering installation of products and equipments. It is easily understandable and concise. For example, spread adhesive with notched trowel. Install equipment, plumb and level. Apply 2 coats of paint to each exposed surface. Means it clearly gives idea about what to do by using which material. The next type of sentence used for specification is indicative mood. Indicative mood uses the passive voice with use of word shall in nearly every sentence. Sometimes this can create unnecessary wordiness and monotony. For example, adhesive shall be sprayed with notched trowel. Equipment shall be installed by plumb and level. 2 coats of paint shall be applied to each exposed surface. The next method for writing is streamlined writing. This technique uses a colon to mean shall or shall be. Streamlined specifications are very concise and clear to read. The subject before the colon is helpful when scanning and specification for keywords. For example, adhesive colon spread with notch trowel, equipment colon install plumb and level, and similarly Portland cement colon ASTM C 150 type 1. Words to avoid in specification writing. Typically, the articles a and the are not necessary and can be deleted where clarity is not diminished. Avoid making an article or pronoun out of following words, such said, the same. The use of word all is usually unnecessary. Avoid install the equipment plumb and level. Such accessory shall be silver plated. Polish said floor with wax. Polish same floor with wax. This type of a word may create confusion in specification. Therefore, these words like such, said, same, all are deleted or avoided from specifications. Example of descriptive specifications are confirm the referenced ASTM C615 grenade shall be standard grade, free of cracks, seams or studs which may impair its structural integrity or function. Inherent color variations characteristics of quarry from which it is obtained will be acceptable. Means this shows which kind of material of which quality is used for the work. For structural performance, in performance specification, the performance requirements are given. Provide dimensional stone cladding capable with withstanding the effects of gravity loads and following loads and stresses within limits and under condition indicated. This is one of example for performance specification. Similarly, we can write many specification for each and every item in clear manner by using any of